Hey guys, welcome to the Figment 5 YouTube channel. We are finally live on YouTube
Finally.
for the first time ever. Yeah, looking forward to just chatting with Jason. A bunch of the other guys won't be able to make it today, unfortunately, but hopefully some people pull through and we can, chat with them and
Or catch
whatnot.
on the
But
replay.
yeah, catch it on the replay.
That's a good thing too. We're all busy.
Yeah, I'm sure. Plus we got other people on live tonight too, but hopefully we can kind of and make this a regular thing, whether it's bi-weekly or whatever. See how YouTube is, because I think the quality is pretty nice too, and also we're able to share. Like, again, I think that's the biggest thing, right? It's like we're able to share like a full screen for like images and things like that. But
Yeah, I mean that's obviously why we're testing this out here, just because I'm trying to share people's work and talk about people's work on Instagram. It just is not very helpful. Hey, we got some people jumping in.
Hey,
Steve,
there we go. Nestor
what's
is
up?
here and Steve
Nestor,
Morrow. What's up, guys?
El Dente. What's going on,
Yeah.
everybody?
Oh, El Dente? Was he in here?
Yeah,
I feel like he was in here a while ago, but if he's
yeah.
still in here, that's
We can watch.
awesome.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, thanks for coming in. We're just kind of messing around. We're trying to figure this out. I think this might be a better platform, like Richie was just saying. So we're kind of just like I said, we're just feeling it
Testing
out
it
and
out.
seeing how we can do this and how it can make the experience better, and also just to be able to engage with everybody.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
our hope. So
Yeah, for sure. And let's see. What should we get into first, man? Like, how have you been? I know your birthday was yesterday. You had a very busy day.
yeah,
Not doing
yesterday
birthday
I
things.
was away all day, and it was I left the house at 7 and then got back at 9:30 p.m. So I got all
Yeah,
these like
same.
notifications. I was actually yeah, I won't get into where I was, but I had to like be super focused the entire time, and so I ended up like just not checking my messages, but I kept feeling like these notifications, like people telling me happy birthday, and I really wanted to
Yeah,
respond, but I just didn't have the time to. But
man.
it was a good day all in all. Eventually, I might share kind of what it was all about. But it was a good day, long day, and it was happened to be my birthday, so I didn't really get to
To
do a whole
celebrate
lot.
that much.
Yeah, but I
Are
had a
you
nice
gonna
dinner, and then had some presents when I got back. Which
that always makes it better.
exactly,
Which you're gonna open hopefully tonight. Like, I don't know if you'll get through every single one, but I hope you
yeah.
do. Uh, oh, it
It's
looks like
what's cool is like
yeah.
these two things were pre-orders. This one, I think the pre-order was only like a 3-year window, something like that. But it came
It's not
when I
bad.
was gone over the weekend. And this Mars Toys Joker, which I
Oh,
pre-ordered a
that's
while
cool.
back, it actually arrived yesterday on my birthday. So
Dang.
yeah, it's exciting. It's funny because I'm like, I love Batman, but a lot of my purchases have been Batman related, so it makes me feel like I'm like crazy about Batman. But either way, these are figures I've been wanting. I'm excited, and obviously we've seen a lot of people already open up both of these things. But since I've got it, we'll see what it looks like.
Yeah, I've seen some photos of the Joker, and the Joker looks really good. And I mean, I mean, you like Batman, like you said, but you also have the Hot Toys Batman 66 figures, so
I do,
that's
which we will look at as well when we open up Joker.
yeah.
Thanks for
Which
all the birthday wishes, by the way.
yeah. Looks like Nestor is doing some explosion
Explosion diorama.
diorama stuff
Dude,
because
that's
of you.
amazing. I love that. After you, Nestor, dude, after you finish that up, post it. Make sure you tag me because I would love to see it. It's always fun to when people try new things, and we're all learning from each other. So every
Oh,
time,
that's Paul.
yeah, everybody do that. Everybody that does that, I'd love to share. So
That's Paul. I didn't know that was Paul.
El Dente.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Paul.
Yeah.
Paul, of course, it's Paul.
I was like, who?
What's up,
Wait,
dude?
what? Red Dog 5 in the
Red
house.
Dog 5. Of course you're here, and of course you were the first one because we love you. And Nestor, Steve, glad you guys are here too. So yeah, I mean, we're not gonna for this, especially for this first one. We're really just hanging out. A lot of times we try to get really kind of focused on the content we're going to share and talk about. But right now, we'll just treat it as a hangout. So if you guys have
Yeah,
questions or there's anything you want to talk about, like let's just do it.
yeah. We'll
You know,
just chat. But Steve does make a good point. With we will do like a test run, but probably more behind the scenes. If just like how we want to go about sharing other people's work and what that actually looks like.
Yeah.
So let's
One
just
six
chill,
shooter.
man.
One six
Hey,
shooters in the house. Look at that.
Trevor, what's up, dude?
Go, Trevor.
Um,
Furious D36. I'm sure. Oh, it's Rodney. What's up, Rodney?
oh, what's up, Rodney? How's it
Hey, we
going,
got a little party
everybody?
in here. We
I know,
are
man.
for being our first time on YouTube, not as a a guest or whatever.
I
It's always
know.
fun
I know.
seeing friends jump in.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because like having to host and everything, it's like a whole deal too. And
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get used to the YouTube situation.
Yeah.
But it's cool, man. I mean, I think it's a nice format, especially like seeing the chat here and then being able to just click on it and being able to pin
Yeah.
pin
Well, also
people.
the idea of like for this, we can have multiple people. I mean, obviously, Trevor, you're using StreamYard, I believe. And so
Yeah.
you know a heck of a lot more than we do. And I know we can do multiple people. We can bring guests on much easier. So I'm
Oh, yeah.
excited about just the opportunity to do that a little bit easier without, Instagram is just not built well for it. So this obviously
Yeah.
is going to work much better.
It is interesting though, because Instagram they have their desktop live stream version as well, but using a
So
streaming
tedious.
platform like StreamYard or OBS. But at the same time, I don't know how that works unless you have a custom layout where it helps with, the way that IG is formatted. It's vertical. So like you would have to create like a vertical layout and all that. I don't know. I still feel like it's not the best way to show work because you're just limited to that vertical screen and it just gets weird.
It's too much of a pain.
It
I think
sounds
the
like it would
other,
be.
especially with the industry you're in, the industry I'm in, Zay, the fact that we can build graphics and we can do motion graphics and animation and like really high quality production value,
Mm-hmm.
that's exciting. So right now I'm glad you put together the background and all that stuff because it
Yeah.
makes it
Just
look good. But
put something super
my
quick.
mind just
But
keeps going like, okay, what can we do for like just laying out the different windows,
right.
or if we're doing presentations for critiques, or having guests on, being
Yeah.
able to present our screens, like that's just exciting for me. So
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that we have that customization option if we want to do a custom layout in StreamYard. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm sure like as we go along, we're gonna figure it all out and try to do more stuff. I think the important thing is to just get started with it and like
yeah,
feel it out,
which we talked about, like, to be fair, probably 3 years ago we were talking about
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think so much of it too, like everybody knows here in the chat, like it just, time these days is just so hard. And obviously if we're trying to do streaming and then also building our own content, and then the idea about behind Figment 5 is like we're all doing stuff, but we want to stay connected. And if we're able to do it under a different name where it's all of us together, and then we're able to bring in our friends in the community and new people under that kind of banner, just another kind of subgroup, it just makes it easier to feel like, okay, I can't be here 100%, but even if I'm just stepping over here for a little bit with Figment 5 and doing the photo challenge or anybody else's photo challenge, or if I'm doing my own stuff, it's just nice to be able to have a little bit of a, instead of just focusing on one outlet, being able to kind of be present in multiple places.
It does get me thinking about like other stuff like that we could do. I mean, I don't know what other ideas some of the other dudes have. I mean, and I don't think this is necessarily right either, but like what else could we do on this channel that we can build content around, right? It's not reviews. I mean, unless one of us feels like doing reviews and just posting that kind of video and stuff. But I mean, there's so many reviews already out there that it may not be worth it to kind of focus on that. But, I'm sure there's other ways we could kind of bring fun and have it still relate to, the toy community in some way. But yeah, we finally started jumping onto YouTube at least, and
Finally,
I'm happy about that. So
well, it's good. Like when we've been on shows, I mean, Trevor, you've had me on, obviously we've been on with Toying Around and Kev and Figure Booth and Yimbo reviews everything.
Yeah,
Black
there's so
Chair.
many.
So it's like having the experience of jumping on live streams with other people, and obviously with YouTube, it's just it feels comfortable, and I think it's an
Yeah.
easy fix, or not fix, but an easy changeover to do something like this. But yeah, I loved, Trevor. I know you've been working on the kind of reviving the articulators. That was an awesome segment, and I got to be like one of the first ones to join on that. And just being able to, each person basically brought on an image that spoke to them, that week that they came across, or however long
Yeah.
it had been, and then just talked about why. And then it was kind of like a roundtable of sorts. And I think you've done 2 episodes. Have you done 2? Or I feel like you might have 3 or something. But that's the kind of stuff that I think is great. Or if it's an actual critique, because I've had students before and actually taught, and there's so much you can learn from just being able to like respectfully critique. And that could be us critiquing one another with our work, or maybe showing behind the scenes live type stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that we can do that I think would be really
100%.
interesting content. So
Yeah,
uh,
and doing cool stuff like even editing live, right? Like doing a live stream where we take, it could be one of our photos, it could be someone else's photo that we want. If they want us to edit their photo, like we could just go through the process of like, like what you would do with this photo, even if you didn't take the photo initially. Like how could you, make it better or whatever. But yeah, I'd definitely say like I love watching the 1 6 pack like on my TV. And I think that's the cool thing about YouTube, right? Is like you can watch it on your TV, you can watch it on your phone. But it's nice to be able to have that option to have like a much bigger display and to actually see the photos and the details of like whatever they're sharing.
mhm.
It's definitely beneficial in that sense.
Yeah, Trevor says that episode 3 is in the works, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, keep that up because it's
Yeah,
really good.
definitely.
And again, we can keep learning from each other. Steve actually had a question, and Furious D36 Rodney. I'm gonna have to like start now. I've got to like pair names with each other. But a couple questions. One about celebration, what we thought, but then also Steve said, how do you keep in the workflow to finish a project instead of just having creative idea after creative idea? Because you struggle with executing. That's a good question. Like for me, I've just had to step back and just kind of say, okay, there's too many ideas that I have, and I've got to really start prioritizing. Like, what is an idea that's going to either benefit, instead of just doing it for, for instance, like doing the techniques. That was an example of me trying to rein in all these ideas that I had and things I wanted to explore,
Yeah.
and say, okay, what can I get the biggest bang for my buck, or what can I, from the time that I'm investing, what's the most that I can get from that time that I'm spending?
Mhm.
And so, okay, I want to shoot, okay, and I want to teach, and I want to play with different techniques. So just wrap that into a monthly type thing, make it fairly loose. Month, one shot a month, one technique a month with behind the scenes and all that stuff was relatively manageable. And then it gave me an opportunity to just do things in between.
Yeah.
And so that was a really good way for me to just focus on the content I was creating, and also feel like I'm, instead of just doing it to do it and go through the motions, I feel like I'm making progress towards something.
Mhm.
So for me, it's like prioritizing really made a huge difference. And I just feel so much better with the content I'm creating, and knowing that, okay, focusing less on making something that's going to catch on, but really focusing on the community aspect, the teaching aspect, and again, just like we've talked about before, like following your passion ends up leading to bigger things. And
Yeah.
if you kind of go about it that way, it seems like that stuff unfolds organically, and then the following you get is going to be more true to what you've already doing, and people are going to stay with you and be committed. Versus if you just do something that's viral that catches on, and people follow you thinking they're going to keep getting that content. If you don't deliver, they just leave you. I
Mm.
would much rather have a smaller following that is dedicated to the work and wants to continue, kind of in a sense like a relationship, versus kind of like a one-way thing or consumer-driven type thing. So
Yeah. No, this is a good question, man. I think I kind of have this issue as well. Like I'll have a bunch of different things. Like I'll start something and then I have this other thing that I want to do. But sometimes it depends on the idea, right? Like sometimes that idea might sound really cool and you feel like you want to get started on it, but at the same time, it's a little intimidating because it seems like a lot, even though it sounds cool.
Right,
but
right.
but in that case, I think it's best to kind of just break down, right? Break down like that, like into little pieces of like what you can kind of do daily, weekly, whatever it is to kind of help you out. But I'm not sure, man, as far as like, I don't know what to tell you other than like just prioritize it, like that one project, and be like, all right, I'm going to get this done. And this is what I have to do each day for however many days to get it done or whatever.
Yeah.
And then jump to the next one. Cause yeah, like you said, it seems like if you just have other ideas and like all these ideas and you want to do them all at the same time, you may not be able to do even one. So
It's true. Yeah, I gotta prioritize. Okay, let's do a poll. I know there's only a few people here, but I want to see how that works.
can you actually do a poll in the thing?
I think so. We're gonna have to talk to Trevor after this. But I've got these two figures. Trevor, this finally came in. My Mars Toys prank villain. And then also this finally came in, the Batman, Mezco Batman. So if there's a way to do a poll, I'm curious to see what I should open, which I should open first. So
I want to see the Batman first, so that's what I'm going to vote for. But
okay,
Rodney had a question about Celebration, right? Like,
yeah,
is he talking just in general, right? Like everything,
I think so.
talking about
Probably
all
toys, but
types of
also
media,
just
but toys as well, like Hasbro's showing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head, man. But did you get a chance to watch some of the live streams?
I didn't watch the live stream. I think I didn't watch the live streams, with the time difference. It was just kind of like a weird time of day. Like stuff had already happened when it was like 11 o'clock. And
Yeah.
I was in the middle of doing things and we were traveling over the weekend. So I ended up just kind of catching up with what people posting or, following Tom Ivawatu. I love his coverage anytime he's there.
Tom's coverage, like I love when he covers stuff too. Like whether it's a story or he does a live stream or something, it just takes me back to like one of my first memories of I guess Tom's live stream at SDCC. It was like 2017 or something like that, and I just had this dream of going to SDCC one day, and I didn't think I would ever go, so it was just nice to kind of see it through Tom's phone, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was able to catch some of the coverage. I didn't watch it live, but I watched the recording on YouTube, and I didn't watch every single bit of it, but I tried to watch some of like the different interviews on the stage and all that. But I really like watching interviews. I realized
me too.
Me too. Like seeing what like that person's about. I did that a lot when I was watching, Kobe Bryant's interviews and things like that. Like I loved the way he played the game, but at the same time, just hearing him in interviews was really insightful, I feel like, and spoke a lot to like his himself. And Celebration, man. I mean, Ahsoka is obviously the talk of the town. Like everybody is talking about that series, and that was probably the biggest thing. So
yeah, I think that's exciting. I feel like I haven't seen all of the Mandalorian episode from today. I've seen the first half, and I feel like, especially what people are saying, I feel like we're now starting to see a lot more tie-in to everything, and so it feels good. There's still a lot of misses with Mando, and I'm just like, not as excited about. We've talked about it before. We don't need to talk about that tonight, but I am excited about the Ahsoka stuff. Teasing Thrawn, bringing back in the Rebels. Obviously, when we saw Zeb in Mandalorian, and just like that works visually. So like just all these like little,
but it looks expensive.
Yeah, testing the water. Exactly. We're testing the water to see what works, what doesn't, what people are responding to. So I think over time it's just going to start getting a little bit tighter. But I mean, the problem is, I think it's a good thing, but Star Wars is just so big. You've got to have diversity, and you've got to have diversity in storytelling. Even though it's the same type of story in a sense, or at least how we're seeing live action with animation and also the original trilogy and sequel trilogy, prequels, like it's all kind of a continuous story. But it is cool to see different interpretations of like an artistic style or artistic license in how you're producing or how you're directing the shows. So at this point, I've kind of just for my own sanity, just been like, okay, this is what it is. And if I enjoy it, great. If not, that's okay too. And just say, oh, to me feels like a missed opportunity. But either way, I'm just excited about what's coming, and I'll always be looking forward to new Star Wars. So, did you just log into Figment 5?
I think it's just auto logged through because I'm on the YouTube thing. So
Trevor said you can do a poll you have to do it through YouTube.
Oh.
Winger Lou's just joined. What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Feel
yeah,
cool
dude.
for you guys.
I need to go back and watch Rebels because I mean I did watch it, but I know I binged it during that. When was it? Like probably I don't know, 2018, something like that. I don't know. I binged it and I remember really enjoying it. I felt like it was a little slow in the beginning, but then it caught on and was like pretty solid. And so yeah, just I think the excitement comes from seeing those characters in live action, like you were saying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than it looks pretty epic so far. I just hope the story's good, man. Like that's always been the thing for me. Even like Mando, like I don't care if there's other directors and how like they shoot the thing, but there needs to be like some story. There needs to be some like tension, some conflict, something to like get me on the edge of my seat for like the next episode. Whereas I think this whole episodic thing with like the Mando has just really been a struggle for me because I'm kind of I think it started ever since like season 1 too. Like it started it started then when just felt like a side quest every like episode until like episode 6 or something, and the season was almost over. But anyway, let's not
Trevor
talk about that.
Trevor said he loved Rebels and then also most of Clone Wars, and Katie Sackhoff rules. I agree. So I'm digging Mando and can't wait for Ahsoka. I just think it's cool that a lot of the voice actors are also having a chance, an opportunity to come back and be live action. Yeah, and I think there's something really great about that, especially with Thrawn being the character he was in Rebels.
Yeah.
And just that voice was so perfect and menacing, but also like refined. And I think that's going to be cool to see and cool to hear in live action, just like with Bo-Katan.
100%.
There's a lot of really cool stuff coming. And so as far as just the visual like the shows and all that stuff, I'm excited about. Any announcement about films, I'm kind of like, we'll wait and see, because they've announced so many things. It's like in 3 years we're going to do this, and then 2 years go by and like, oh no, we're not going to do that anymore, or this person's off that project. So I'm not even counting the whatever they're talking about with new films and trilogies and stuff like that. I'm not going to follow that or take that for kind of just take it with a grain of salt for what it is. But going to the stuff we love, like the toys, I'm happy to see what Black Series has announced. Now, I still think there's a few things that are a little kind of squirrely, but all in all, I think they're moving in a better direction than they have been. Some of the re-releases, like with Jabba, it is expensive, but also we're getting a few new pieces with it. So instead of $40 at the beginning, which Jabba is what it came with, now we're getting Jabba, his little kind of arm, whatever you call it, armrest.
Yep.
And Salacious
thing that he eats.
Yeah. So you're getting those two things in addition. And so, $50 extra. But also you've got inflation over the time, because that was like 2015 or 16 or something like that. So, you got to take those into account, but it still is expensive. So, but that
I realized that after I checked out, I was like, wait, this is $90.
Oh, did you get it?
I ended up getting it because I didn't get Jabba. I missed out on Jabba on like the first time around. I don't think I ever even saw those in the stores at the time, but and then at that point, I think it just got like too expensive. I think it was going for like over $100 at one point, right?
Yeah, I almost thought about selling mine like not too long ago, the Jabba.
Yeah,
because I knew they were going to re-release it. I mean, obviously they were going to, but I'm just too lazy.
That's what I've done for a lot of different figures, though. Like the Clone 501st. Like I knew they were going to re-release those, so I was like, all right, I'm getting rid of mine.
I sold mine for like $125 or something.
I know, man, it was crazy.
I was like, this is a great figure. But then also when they made the new clone body, I was like, oh, I thought they were going to make it
Yeah.
a lot better, but I don't think it was like
Yeah. I think after that, I was like, dang it. Why did I sell mine?
Then they had the archive. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trevor said also Andor is the best Star Wars since the OT. I think it is the best Star Wars, period, to be honest. I'm gonna say it's the best. It's better than Rogue One, and it's better than the original trilogy.
I was actually hating on it initially, and
you were. I was like, dude, this is
because
really
it was really boring at first, and then I started watching it because you guys were all saying like, no, it's really good, really really good, and I was like, all right, fine. And then once you get to a certain point in it, I was just like, I had to see what was going to happen next. You know what I mean? And I want that in a TV show if it's going to be a TV show.
Yeah.
Like I want that at every episode. At the end of every episode, I want there to be something that makes me like yearn for the next one. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that was well done. I'm really excited they're doing a season 2, so that's going to be fun. Let's see. As far as retail release Jabba, no accessories back in the day, shelf warmed at Toys R Us. I think I got mine at Walmart after it had been out for like a year. I found one that had like a beat up box, and I think I got it for like $25. So
wow,
I got a good deal on it.
Trevor says
he's TVC all the way, and then Go Whole Lywood. I'm not saying
dude,
right.
TVC, man, they've
like
been doing really well.
Yeah, Katie Sackhoff is good. Yeah, TVC has been killing it. They've been killing it. I'm excited to see all that stuff, and then the scales. To be able to get the ships. Did you get the N1?
I did.
Okay.
I actually got that from E-Collectibles in like Canada. Like I think Kev, he shared that on his store. I know he gets his stuff from there, but sometimes he'll get stuff early. And so I was like, maybe I can get it early. Like I think it was like a $2 difference from Big Bad Toy Store after his discount. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna buy it, even though I have to pay up front. Like, whatever, we'll see. Yeah.
I know. Hondo. So Furious D36 Rodney. I want to see Hondo show up in the Mandoverse. He's going to show up somewhere. He will show up for sure. And then Trevor said, I don't know about better than the Andor being better than the original trilogy.
That is pretty bold.
That is bold. It is bold.
That's a hot take for sure.
That's a hot take. But here's the thing. Obviously it's more hours of content, so you can't really compare the trilogy of A New Hope, episode 4, 5, and 6. If you counted those as like a series, and then you counted Andor, you're still have plenty more hours of Andor than you do in the original trilogy. So it's not really a fair comparison. But really what I mean is the original.
You saw both as an adult?
Yeah, if you saw both as an adult, I think Andor would be a more intriguing story for me. But you also have to have the context of Star Wars in general, I think, to appreciate it. So
for sure,
I mean more for a storytelling. I feel like the story was really tight, and the stakes were high. I think it was just really well done. So, but yeah, the original trilogy for me is always going to be, super up there. Like you can't get rid of that.
It's almost really untouchable at this point for everything that's done up until this point too, just in cinema and all that.
Yeah, George Lucas changed how we create films and how we do special effects and ILM. It's amazing to see how they're continuing to advance those techniques and come up with new methods. It's fascinating, and it's cool to see that Star Wars and some of these other films are the catalyst to make that technological advance happen. And that's what's really exciting about it all. But
you know what I did? Because Celebration got me in the mood for Star Wars, I went back and just watched like the prequels and stuff. Or not all of them. I watched Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones. And did they go back and like remaster a lot of the stuff in those?
Yeah, there were some things. Well,
because I don't remember. Like my childhood memory is like, oh, this looks like what I remembered, but at the same time, it looked too good for it to be.
I think so. At least with Phantom Menace, I know they went back and fixed Yoda because originally he was like a puppet, and then they replaced him digitally. So I think
I remember that part.
That once the technology advanced, and just maybe snuck certain things in over time, and then when they release it all digitally, they probably tweak some things and change some continuity and stuff like that. but who knows? Who knows? Okay, let's do this while we're still
We should
talking about
unbox
this.
some stuff. How about
I was
that?
gonna say I should unbox some stuff, but also I love these conversations we're having because Star Wars is still my favorite. And recently, I've just kind of been ho hum and kind of like bored with Star Wars, even with Mandalorian, to be honest. So I still want to talk about it, and I feel a little bit more energized, especially after Celebration. So let's keep talking about that. I think it was a tie for Joker and for Batman. So you want to see Batman?
I personally do, just because I want to hear your thoughts on it. But I mean, okay, which one do you think you're gonna get through quicker? Like, which one's gonna take longer to kind of get through, or are they just gonna be both the same?
Batman will probably, I'll mess with the capes and stuff. The Joker, Trevor has it. I saw him unbox, or I saw like at least pictures, and it looks really cool. But I think this is going to have more accessories and things like that. So we can do whatever. I'll start with this.
Okay. Go whole Illwood episode
I'm
1, 2,
going
and
to
3.
I'm gonna also like probably mute my so you're not hearing all the plastic
Oh,
and
we
all that
love
crap.
that sound, dude.
So you can answer some of those questions. I'll chime in whenever I
Okay.
can.
Episode 1, 2, and 3 is my trilogy. The fighting was better, and they haven't recreated it since.
It's true. It was
I
just
grew up
different.
on
It's pretty
episode
cool.
1, 2, and 3. Technically, I watched the original trilogy in theater when they re-released those. So that was like my first Star Wars experience, and I remember being super stoked about it, that I would like constantly be drawing like X-wings and TIE fighters and Luke with his lightsaber, and like, just like um looking at whatever books that they sold at like the freaking uh what is it, book fairs at school, and you would just like try to recreate them and trace them and all that kind of stuff.
What I love is that what's great about Star Wars is that it needs to always evolve. And for you, because you're like 10 years younger than me ish, you're like,
I'm 33. I'm 33, I think.
yeah. So we'll say that. So as far as like generational, like I'm gonna be more OT,
Yeah,
and if you didn't have the prequels come out, you probably wouldn't have caught on to Star Wars. So it had
that's
to
not true,
evolve.
dude.
You don't think so?
Well, it's because I watched the original trilogy when it first came out, or not when it first came out. Sorry, when
Wow,
it
you are older than me.
re-released in theater.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, it was a different thing to be excited about. And after watching the first ones, I was like pretty excited. And I don't remember them like, I know the prequels get a lot of hate, but watching it as a kid, I'm sure it felt the same way that, um, whoever watched the original trilogies in theaters felt. Like, because I was a kid and like it just looked awesome. Like seeing those lightsaber battles in their prequels, like they're way, way better, and seeing those effects and stuff. So I hear you. I think that's the thing I took away from them, though. Like, I just was like, man, these lightsaber battles are freaking badass, and
Yeah.
seeing Yoda use a lightsaber and
When you
all
go
that,
when you go from like seeing prequel fights and then you go to A New Hope, it's like,
yeah,
this is pretty lame. So I completely agree, man. It's
yeah,
what I love is like the prequels weren't necessarily my favorite thing, but there are a lot of great moments. And when we
yeah.
look back, like if we didn't have the prequels, we wouldn't have Clone Wars. Clone Wars has some really, really great
I think
storytelling.
what made a lot of people appreciate the prequels, though, to be honest. And I think, and
Yeah.
I hope that they do something like that for the sequels, where they're kind of like filling in certain things, and how the First Order got created and all that kind of stuff. And I guess that kind of goes to like what Trevor was asking. What do you think of Rey being brought back?
That's a good question. But first,
Oh yeah, first impressions. What do you think?
okay, just right now in hand, and Paul said this too. Trevor, I think you told me this as well, or you said it somewhere, but honestly, it doesn't look as like in photos. It looks like there's a really huge difference between the color of the body
Mm-hmm.
and the plastic pieces. It's really not that different. I mean, there's different texture to it. But when I was talking with Paul about this, what I think is great is that if it's all black, so like if you're shooting a Darth Vader or something like that, if everything is black and it's got the same kind of texture, the same, it's highly reflective, or it's all matte.
Yeah.
If you're trying to light that and shoot it, that
Yeah,
black
it's tough.
really eats up that light, and so it's harder to get a nice definition with your lighting. You have to be very, very. It can get really tedious, and so
Yeah.
for me, I think having this is going to be a little bit more interesting because the textures are so different, and the way the light hits all of this. Sorry, the lighting is not that great over here, but the way the sheen on his body versus the the top part, I think it's going to be good. And like you guys were saying, the weight of this is nice. We'll see about the capes and all that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you too, because like you have a hyperreal Vader.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you if it feels similar to that in hand.
it does.
The way you articulate it too, because I was always curious like how they were gonna do that. I know it has like a metal skeleton underneath and stuff, so that's the only thing that I could really compare it to.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how my hyperreal Vader is actually doing right now. Like as far as I kind of just left him in like a vanilla pose where he's just like standing up. So
yeah, I do like, this is kind of fun. He can, I don't have enough light over here where the camera is.
Oh, what is that? What is that eye thing called?
Purrs, I think
Purrs,
is what
that's
it's
what it
called, but
was.
this is more just like a single switch on the back of the head.
Oh, I see.
So that's kind of ugly, but for the size, it's probably the best way to do it. So
yeah, I agree. Plus, it's
let's-
like if you're gonna use it as a display piece, then it's not that big of a deal. You're not gonna see the back of his head and all that.
the sculpt is awesome. The hips, man, the hips don't want to move. They don't want to move like forward. They'll go out, but they do not want to move.
The legs?
Oh, very well. Yeah, like to bend upward.
Oh, I see.
There we go. You can
really
do it.
have
You have to be a little careful with it. Got like some marker on my finger. It's annoying. It's really,
does it feel powdery?
It's really sturdy, that's for sure, and it's heavy. So I definitely would keep this in a vanilla pose, museum pose, when you're not using it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be an issue. Did you get this figure or not?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I canceled my pre-order, to be honest.
Yeah.
The body isn't black though. If you treat it, it looks better. My main issue is finding the movement on the articulation. It's a challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, I was hearing things like people's like the legs were like different heights because something probably with the interior skeleton.
Maybe.
That seems like it'd be an issue if something like unhinges or whatever. I don't know how it's built.
Or if the silicone gets shifted a little bit off to like one side, I could see how that would make it look like the armature is like kind of wonky, or the legs are different. But no, I mean, honestly, dude, this actually is pretty cool just in hand. It looks great.
That's how I felt with the hyperreal Vader. Like,
yeah,
I know people were like hating on that, and it might have been justified based on price point or something like that. I don't remember what it was.
It was like,
it was the scale. I think
it was scale. Yeah, it was. I think it was like $80 or something. Body's in black though. If you treat it, looks better. Yeah, the articulation. Yeah, of course. They do move forward, but you have to mess with it. Yeah, I think what everybody's kind of been saying is like you just have to be very careful.
Yep.
But man, these head sculpts they're great. You get 4 of them, and you get the one with the eyes. Ooh, okay, good. There's something on it. There's like a big gray stripe all the way over his eye, but it was like just something. It's kind of messed up.
Yeah, I mean, it looked cool, man. Like, and I think my big thing was, I think a lot of people were, upset about the time period of how long you had to wait for it, which is, that's justified too, in my opinion. I think it's, if you feel that way, like, totally, I get it. But at the same time, when you're gonna review a figure, I don't want to like hear that aspect of it that affects your thoughts on the figure. Like, I just want to know if that's a good figure or not.
I agree.
Yeah. If you're gonna pick it up, I mean, I think it should be objective in that sense. But I totally understand if you hate the figure because you had to wait forever and it wasn't, I guess, living up to your expectations. Yeah,
Look at
those look great.
sculpts,
The
though,
head
man.
sculpts look really good.
They're amazing. Hips don't lie. That's hilarious. The other thing that I remember, so I Watu, Tom was opening his, and what was funny is he did like this story. Tom always is like super detailed. He spends so much time with writing out his thoughts and sharing it with people.
Yeah.
So he like got the cape on. He's like, I'm really kind of disappointed in this. This is not great. And
the wireless cape.
Yeah, and then afterwards,
Yeah.
he like spent like 3 different slides on and like doing video like 15 seconds, like 45 seconds talking about it. It's like, yeah, it just isn't great. And the next one's like, okay, well, I'm dumb. There's a second cape.
Yeah, it's funny too because like at that point when Tom got his figure, I don't think anybody was really posing it out. So I was like getting annoyed. Like, can you like at least show it in like an actual pose or something? And so I was like, Tom, please like pose this thing out for me. And so yeah, he made some stories and stuff, which I was very grateful for. Trevor, didn't you also think the thing didn't have a wire, or was that just like were you making fun of Tom? Because like I saw your story as well, and he was like, this thing sucks because of the cape or something.
I forgot who it was. I saved it somebody took a small gauge wire, and you're able to just through the stitch, you're able in the one that's not actually wired, you can actually take that wire and just where the seam is, you can actually just slide it in there and you can make it a wired cape.
You shared that on your story, right? That's what Trevor is saying right here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot who did it.
Hey, Neronian's here. What's up, Jesse?
Jesse, what's up, man?
Let's see. Rodney asked, have you guys picked up any of the Indiana Jones figures yet? So that's funny you ask because I actually have Indy right here.
That's what you're gonna open, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna open this because
nice.
I'm
gonna get the whole first wave. That's coming in.
Yeah, I hope my head sculpt looks good, man. That's the big thing. I hate this packaging, and I'm glad they're going back. Like, yeah, let's see. Let's take a look at this. Oh man, I'm a noob and did not bring like a box cutter. So I'm gonna use this pen. Have you guys? No, I already read that one. Let's see. The Dork Lair. Oh, was that? Are they talking about the copper thingy?
Yes. Yeah. Dork Lair. They are the ones that were doing it. Oh, it's funny. I just opened up the one that actually is not wired.
Thinking it was the wired one?
Yeah. Hopefully this is the one that I missed is a wired cape. The one that's packed here, because I think that's the one that Tom opened. So let's just
the one all the way on the bottom.
Is there one on the bottom is not wired for me.
Oh. Yo, what if they send you 2 unwired ones?
That's gonna suck. No, this is wired.
Dude, this is wired. Opening a toy with like plasticless packaging is so like I hate this experience, man.
Yeah.
I just don't like it, dude.
Okay. This one is wired. That's better. Yeah, so a lot of the concern was how the connection from the cape, it's like kind of a piece of plastic, how that sits on the neck. And I think
everybody was saying it's super hard to get that on.
Yes. So we'll see how this is going to work, because I heard that was pretty frustrating for a lot of people. And it pops off and doesn't stay in place. Oh, yeah. This is going to be annoying for sure.
Dude, I got to go back and watch these movies, man. It's been so freaking long.
This is going to be really, really irritating to get this cape to stay on.
Dude, I think my Indy's eye is like messed up, kind of.
Really?
They almost like they like printed it on his like whatever this is called, like your brow.
The brow, yeah. Oh yeah.
Part of it.
I'm really curious. I'm really curious to see if somebody just takes and uses the sculpt and pulls off all the paint and just repaints it. I'm curious to see how that looks, because generally the sculpts are pretty tight.
What are you
It's
talking
just
about?
on indie or Black Series
Oh,
figures.
right.
So, okay, this kind of went on. I have a feeling it's going to pop off, but that was not terrible.
Oh, you got it on like it was no problem?
Yeah, but I have a feeling if you start manipulating the wire, it's probably when it's going to want to come off. But yeah,
It's probably
definitely.
the
I don't
muscles.
even see like a need for the not wired cape, because you can't. Yeah, it just falls weird. So you want to have it where you can manipulate the fabric, I think. So this is cool. I dig it. I'm glad again, it was like, it's gonna play the long game. I'm not gonna worry about if it does take 2 years. And then when 2 years rolled around, I'm like, okay, I know when I cancel this, it's gonna release and it's gonna be a great figure, and I'm gonna, be frustrated that I didn't keep it. So I was like, oh, whatever, doesn't matter. So
Plus, you have the Superman, don't you?
I've got the Superman.
Nice.
So yeah, that's the only thing. He can't really turn his head. So, but look at that. I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks good. Like, trying to objectively look at this thing, and it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
My indie has. I don't know what this is right here. Do you see this? I don't know if it's gonna focus, but like,
Yeah,
it's almost like a scuff. I don't know what that is. On
Yeah.
under the hat.
Let's see. I had to zoom in on my screen.
Okay, it's not working. Oh, hold on. Actually, I can full screen myself.
There we go.
Quick.
So where is it?
It's gonna show, dude. Where is it?
Right there. Okay.
I see that, but then it's also like his eye was kind of like printed above his brow a little bit.
On kind of the under part of his.
Yeah. Oh well, it's not that bad. Like if I look at him straight on, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
All
right, I'm excited about this Batman. He's cool. And say what you will about all the issues, it still feels like a really great figure. And I think, retail was like $120.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I think for the value, and I think for the 4 different sculpts you get, I think it's worth it. So toying around is here.
Kev loves Mezco, dude. It's crazy. Oh, what's up, Harry?
That looks good. I like it. I think there's a lot of ways you can kind of manipulate the cape, and so the gap that some people are kind of concerned about here. I think if you manipulate it a little bit, I think you can probably get it to sit a little bit better. So I think a lot of it's just kind of spending some time just figuring out, just how the different materials work together. I think that's the key. But yeah, he's cool. I love I love the one where he's like all. Let's see. That. I love that expression.
Like his, like, pursed mouth. Is that how you would describe that? Like what? I don't even know if I said it correctly.
Anyway.
Yeah. So wait. Do you have indie at all? Like,
not yet. Not yet.
No.
I will get them. I'm gonna get that whole wave. That will be coming probably next week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I'm expecting it. But yeah, I like Batman. He's cool.
I wish indie had a diaphragm. Diaphragm. Is that? Am I saying that right? Why does that sound weird all of a sudden?
Because diaphragm also means something else.
If he had that would be really dope. But I mean, this is gonna be the best 6-inch like indie you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Anytime soon, unless who would do it better? Maybe a third party. If they did that, like whoever did, like Felix Toys.
Yeah.
If they did an indie, like I'm sure it'd be fantastic.
I think so. I really do want to see somebody with some skills to take that indie that you have, strip off all the paint and just repaint it. And I
There's
feel like
a lot of really good people who can do that.
Yeah, there are. I think
what is Uncle Sam? Is that his name?
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
Dude, he's a beast.
His work's amazing.
He transforms Marvel Legends, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
Should we get into this?
Let's take a look at that one, dude.
Okay. If we keep doing these live streams, then I'm gonna have to get a second camera, have an open cam or an overhead cam.
I don't know if I can use a second camera. Wait, I guess I would have to join through a different, like with a different. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask Kev.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider won't sit on his bike fully with feet on the rest, hands on the bars, and butt on the seat. I forgot. Did that come out?
I don't know.
The Ghost Rider?
Steve said need the Peter Parker cup, which I do have. Okay,
thank you, Paul. Appreciate it.
I'll make it.
Get your hats at my store if you like them.
What's that? Oh, your hat. Yeah.
My hat. Yep. Need the Peter B. Parker cup with the straw for the pursed lips. Fat man.
Oh man, I thought I had it out. I think I put it away somewhere.
What?
Let me look. I think it's over here because that would be hilarious.
I think someone needs to make a wired Indiana Jones whip. So whoever wants to do that, let me know.
I think you could just take wire
and just do it myself.
Braid it in a sense, and that would probably work pretty well. And then you probably need to make sure you like paint it or something.
Oh no.
Okay, here you go. Here you go, Jesse. I don't know if we can go.
I lost it. You lost a hand. Just like Luke.
Oh no.
I don't know where it went, dude.
I'm afraid I'm gonna like drop all these little hands and accessories from Batman. I was gonna try to get the hand out so he could be holding the cup, but I don't know if he'll be able to do it. Let's see. Okay, kind of works.
Trevor, in order to do that, I think I need to upgrade, right? I don't think I can use my extra camera.
Oh, do we have to do a different?
Yeah, I think we have to get the max version.
Okay. All right, this is for you. Steven, did you say that? Yeah, here you go. I'm trying to hold it so you can get it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not focusing.
That's funny, dude. Yeah, that's
hilarious. I love it. I won't take a photo of that because that was your idea. You need to do it.
You guys both can do it and collaborate.
That's true. With all the extra time we have.
So much time, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like this whip sucks. No offense.
Yeah.
This thing.
Is there only one?
No, it comes with like the whatever this version is called. The one that just rests on his waist, and then this one, yeah, I think I'm gonna actually do that. I'm gonna make a wired whip. This reminds me of those like snake toys that you got as a kid.
Yeah,
that's exactly what this is.
I know what you mean. Okay, let me get into this real quick.
That looks fantastic, man. Is the quality of it, whoever has this Joker, is the quality of it right there with the Hot Toys? Like, does it fit in seamlessly? It does? That's sweet. I guess we'll find out right now. Do you have the other two dudes?
Yeah.
Ready?
I've actually, oh, dang. Did I put them away? Crap. I put them up.
Dang, you were not prepared.
No, I had to make room. So anyway, well, maybe I'll try to like put them together at some point. But here's the first thing. I mean, this feels, if you didn't know, this feels actually like a Hot Toys experience when you're opening. Yeah. Here's a nice little illustration on the box.
Very cool.
Here's the, I mean, look at if you're just looking at the poses too, the expressions on the faces.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks fantastic. Kev says, happy birthday, Jace.
Thanks, Kev. I appreciate that, man. Sorry, for everybody who wished me happy birthday on my birthday yesterday. apologies for me not either responding yesterday, or if I haven't responded, I'm sorry. I was out all day. Literally left my house at 7, got home at 9:30. So it was exhausting and grueling. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Hey, Zeke.
You might be able to. Zeke, you might be able to reshape this thing if you did that, but I feel like it's just going to go back to however it was designed after a little while. But I think I'm just going to cut it off and then make a custom, or maybe I'll just make the custom straight up, like from scratch, and just leave this stock one intact.
The tailoring on this looks really great.
Remind me who did this, or who made this
Toys. Mars Toys, and shout out to 16 Kit. That's who I bought it from. Trevor, he recommended going through Kit, and I did, and it was a great experience. And I'll buy from him for sure again. And look at these.
I always buy my Manipple head sculpts from 16 Kit.
You buy what? Manipple heads? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got some.
That straight up looks like a Hot Toys packaging.
It does. It feels like it too. So put those to the side for now, but let's look at the actual sculpt.
Hey, look who's here. It's Zay. Zay, jump on, dude. What are you doing, man? I know you're not doing anything. Probably just at the office.
Nice.
No, maybe he's not. But Zay, it's going pretty well, man. We like the YouTube, so forget your desktop Instagram stuff.
Yeah, jump on TV. Or not TV, on your phone.
Well, Zay could jump on and what's it called? Or he could, like you were saying, he could watch us on his giant TV monitor in his office if he's there. But I don't know if he is.
The sculpt, just look at this. The sculpt on this is wild.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me put you on full screen mode.
This looks exactly like Cesar Romero. And yeah, you can see the detail.
Painted stash.
The detail in the painted stash.
That's so funny that he just wouldn't get rid of his stash, and he was just like, nope, you're gonna have to paint over it.
Oh, I think he was. I'm trying to remember. I think he was also doing other work while he was also filming the show, and so that was kind of like a signature look of his. And so I think he didn't want to have to regrow, or from what I could tell. So that's one. Here's the other. I can put them side by side. Seems like my camera is doing a good job focusing. So let's see these.
Wow. Ooh, look at the gloss on the eyes, man.
I know, right?
That looks fantastic.
I mean, they absolutely, whoever sculpted this absolutely nailed the likeness.
Like, let's say Hot Toys came out with their version, right? For whatever reason they decide to.
The expression would be like this.
What do you guys do? Are you gonna buy it because it's the Hot Toys, or are you just like, no, I'm cool. I have this. This is good enough. Because I know there's people who like to buy the actual version of things.
I don't think it's necessary, because this is, if Mars Toys continues to produce stuff like another, third party, I feel like, in art, I really want, Trevor, you're going to kill me, or not. You're going to be like, dude, but I haven't pre-ordered the Batman. I've been wanting to get that, and I've been talking about it, but I just haven't pulled the trigger. I need to go ahead and do it. But in art, Mars Toys, the quality on this is just absolutely incredible, that there's no reason to buy the Hot Toys version, because this feels.
You think they'd be able to do it as, like, wait, what was the price point on this again?
This was like 170 or something, or 200 total.
I don't think Hot Toys can compete with that necessarily. Well, if they could, because they have such a loyal fan base, but you know what I mean? Like, if you bought this for a cheaper price point and it looks that good, like, I could understand not wanting to pick up a Hot Toys version.
Yeah. No, there's no, yeah. This feels great. This, for being in my collection, this is all I need it to do. It needs to have a great sculpt. And honestly, I feel like some of the sculpts that Hot Toys has done has been kind of hit or miss. And this is a home run. If you would have told me this is a Hot Toys version to go along with the other 66 Batman and Robin, I would believe you.
Believe it.
Yeah. So let's see. I wish he had. Wait, hang on. Does he? Okay, no. I wondered if these eyes, they're kind of looking down. It would have been cool if they had purrs and you could kind of move them around.
Yeah.
I love this one is the best. This is the best expression.
How often do they use that? And why did they decide to use it on random figures? Because like I know that the one that I can recall they used that for was the Darth Maul, like one of the Darth Mauls.
Yeah.
Which looked freaking amazing as well.
I know Trevor and TJ and Tom have talked about that in one of the old episodes. They really were talking specifically about the PERS technology and being able to move those eyes. And there are several figures that really, like that Darth Maul was one of them. Really, it made the figure that much better just because it had that ability. So I think this one is the best expression right here. It's so good.
But the Darth Maul, like it was hidden, right? Like
yeah, you would take
is it like a seam in the middle and you have to take the I don't know, back part off or something like that?
Yep. And look, I mean, there's tons and tons. What I love about like this scale, when you get multiple hands and different expressions with that, that's really nice. I wish they would do that more with like Black Series, and I just feel like just getting more value, it wouldn't really cost that much to do.
Dude, they're never going to do. I mean, they have to know that we want that. But I don't see it happening for whatever reason, man. Like, I guess is it a license thing? It's too expensive.
I think it's
I don't know, dude.
They need to be profitable, and so any extra thing you're adding takes away from the profit, or causes it to be much more expensive. So
yeah, I'm seeing the in art stuff is just like crazy to me. The Aragorn, did you see that?
Yeah.
That literally blew my mind, because I mean, I know like they did such a great job with the Dark Knight Joker, the Batman, all those looked really good. But when I saw the Aragorn figure, dude, I was like, that's not a freaking doll, you know?
Right.
Because it straight up looked like the actor, the fidelity of it just looked like 1-to-1. That's what was crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so I will say the one thing, this is kind of goofy. If you look at the leg, that's not good. Like that's pretty crappy, and it's very unstable. Like it wants to.
Why'd they do that?
The figure will fall over.
It can't stand on its own, huh? I mean, with those ankles.
That's a weird. That's kind of
ankle
weird.
Insurance over there.
Yeah, exactly. That's a weird choice. So I think what you could do, I bet if their buck was a little bit better. I mean, the buck feels a little cheaper than say what you get from Hot Toys, but that's something where I'm like, I'm willing to let go of that, because you're not going to see that under the clothes.
And you're going to be displaying this.
You can buy a body to replace it. So
yeah, I wonder if people are going to do that. And what are you doing, man?
Yeah, I could definitely just sit here and pose him. I mean, he's great. I love that expression.
Dude, I hope you take some photos with the 66 Batman and that Joker. Very soon.
Yeah, it definitely, like when you got a figure like this is something that is very inspiring to shoot, and the quality is so good that I definitely want to figure out something.
Yeah, I think those 66 Batman figures, the Batman and the Robin, are like grails, and I don't think Hot Toys are going to re-release those ever, right?
I don't know.
Do they do?
Trevor might have a better sense of that, but
yeah, I mean, it's
sure.
It's been a long time since those came out.
Of course, they've re-released Keaton and Dark Knight.
Good point, but
they since they haven't released a full head sculpt of Burt Ward and why am I blanking?
I don't know their names, to be honest.
Golly, this is stupid. I should know that.
I feel like Trevor would know.
It's funny that I can remember Burt Ward, Adam West. Adam West. Yeah.
Duh.
They don't have, like, from what I know, they don't have full sculpts of each of those actors. They always, have the head stuff on. So
true.
Let's see. PERS used to be a DX thing. Oh, that's right.
I also have this to unbox.
Yeah, Mars is unlicensed. So. Oh, that's right. I forgot you got that.
I finally got this.
Nice.
Dude, I went to go buy this, and I think it was a Shop Disney exclusive, and it was sold out, so I was really bummed.
Yeah.
And then I started looking up prices. I was like, dude, why the heck is this so expensive? I think I was seeing them for like $80-$90.
Yeah.
And then I went on Mercari, and so I found this, and the dude accepted my offer. I think it was like $60, which is maybe the retail price or whatever retail would have been plus shipping. So I was like, cool. Nice. Because like I was saying, I think in 2018 when I was in when I went to SDCC for the first time and was talking with like I was at the Hasbro booth, and I think I was talking to Sam, and I was saying, like, man, it'd be so cool to see these guys like with this design in the Black Series. And I don't remember what he said, but I was just like, when I saw this, I was like, did I do that? No, just kidding. But like, yeah, it's super cool to see these versions, and I hope they come out with the other ones too, because
that would be cool.
3PO and the R2 designs, man, I love those. Even the Chewbacca, dude, like, that I think inspired the Zeb design, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, speaking of Zeb, dude, like when I saw that Mandalorian episode, I was like, wait, is that him, or is that just someone from his species?
Yeah.
But like, I wasn't sure right away.
Since I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be Zeb or not at the time, I just was thinking to myself, okay, if it's not Zeb, then they were using this to just see if it would work. And it worked for sure. So we will definitely see Zeb. But then people were like, no, this is Zeb. So
yeah.
Trevor said that they're releasing the Adam West and Burt Ward Batman Robin under Saturn Toys.
Oh, Saturn.
Yeah, most likely.
Toys.
So, and like you said, these are not licensed. So that's, who knows? Who knows how long these will be available, or if they're limited type thing. So
that's true.
But this just looked too good to pass up, and especially since I've already got the other Batman and Robin, like it's gotta do it. So
Steve is asking, when is the deadline for the photo challenge? It is next Thursday. We're gonna go live. We're gonna so like anytime before the live stream. Hopefully you can get it to us. You could tag us or whatever, and we should be able to cover it.
Yes, I still need to figure out what I'm gonna shoot. So hopefully I can make that happen between now and then.
Do you have any ideas like at all? No, but you have like those figures that you could choose from.
I've got some crappy figures. I mean, I do have the, these are
McDonald's.
Really, the McDonald's ones.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah, like the actual fast food transforming ones.
Look at that. Yeah, fast food transforming ones. But look at that. That's classic.
See, classic. We can call them crappy toys, but they have like such a nice charm to them, even though they're crappy.
They do.
Which I love about that.
Yeah. These, I think I showed them last time, but these are the like changeables.
Mm-hmm.
And these were the ones that would turn into like dinosaurs.
Classic. Oh, I don't even know those were a thing. Dinosaur ones?
Dinosaurs, and then this chicken nugget opened up to be like a stegosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy had a little tail and feet underneath that would open up.
The McDonald's toys that come to mind for me are the Batman the Animated Series ones.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Animated Series. Beanie Babies.
Yeah. All right. I remember that too.
Did you get some of those?
Yeah, a couple.
Were you into Beanie Babies?
My brother was at the time because he's 6 years younger than me. But it was fun again because
you collected together, right?
we collected together. Yeah. And so it was fun because he was focusing on things that were maybe a little skewed, a little younger than that were geared at me. He was collecting them. And so I would still grab a couple things here and there. And because I liked stuff that was older than his like age group, he was collecting stuff. Like, it was funny.
Yeah.
I remember like the Batman 89 when that came out. He was like 3 years old, but he got that for Christmas, like the VHS. And looking back and like how dark it is now, but all the toys around it, they were just so cool. And so regardless of if you watch the movie or not, I distinctly remember getting that movie and watching it for Christmas. And like, I think we got pretty much all the figures that came out that year for Christmas too. It was so much fun. Those were great times.
Don't you have some of the Kenner ones back there? Like, did you go back and
right here?
You started picking some up, right?
I did.
Dude, man, I want to go back and pick up the Combat Belt Batman animated series on card. But dude, that thing goes for like $300 now. Or like
that one?
$260 or $2. Do you have that? The original?
No, I don't think so.
I have it loose in like very good condition.
Very nice.
Yeah, those are sweet, dude. Yeah, something about retro carded toys, man.
They look good, dude. And then this was my favorite of all the figures. I mean, this one was also cool. I just like all the versions that they have.
Yeah, totally.
To me now, like looking back at them,
same here.
It's like the packaging, but this was the best. This was the best one.
That's cool.
Bruce Wayne that you could put on all the gear and stuff.
Yeah.
So this one.
Do you have that one loose as well?
I did. I think we ended up selling all these figures at one point.
I've been looking at like older figures as well, just stuff that I picked up as a kid, going back and actually going to toy stores and stuff to see like what stuff is on card that I could pick up. But I'm always like, I also want it loose for some reason, like whether I want to display them together or what. But yeah, having that like pegboard sort of setup is so cool because it's like it just looks like a toy store, you know?
Right. But then the great thing is like if I do the entire wall, I can get different attachments, so I can actually do shelves and then put boxes or artwork on it, so I could really swap everything out whenever I wanted. There's just so much flexibility there.
Did you say you still have work to do on setting that up like completely?
Yeah, this entire wall I want to do. Right now, it's just I was testing it out with one sheet, but I want to do this whole wall here and just like move things around and all that stuff. But these were amazing, and I think
the original one.
Hasbro's probably getting to the point where they're going to start doing these wild G.I. Joe figures, and it'll be a lot of like repaint, redeco.
In classified series, though.
Yeah, the classified, because they've already got the bat. So
that's right.
If they go this route with the neon, which I know purists, sometimes purists hate this version, but this is the version that I love. So, but the packaging
that's perfect for you, dude. Do you see them coming out as more of like an exclusive or something then, or?
I don't think so. I mean, they did so many versions in that really bright 90s neon approach that I feel like it could be a sideline or it could be exclusive, but it seems like there are going to be people who will want like every single one of them.
Yeah.
And so at that point, it's like you might as well just continue the line. Because at a certain point, all the like throughout that, like seems like all the mainline figures ended up just going really crazy with coloring. And you didn't have like with the first year or two, it just felt realistic, but then they just completely went crazy, like with Eco Squad, and you had like little squirt, like water action and stuff like that. So I don't know. I feel like they'll probably go all in on it, but we'll see.
That's cool, man. Do you have a lot of the classified Joes? Because
I've got a few. I've got quite a few. But
every time I see them, I'm like, man, these look so cool, but I don't have any like real attachment to G.I. Joe. Like, I might have had a few figures growing up, but because I do recall like that rubber band, like aren't they like
O-ring?
Yeah, the O-rings. So I remember those for like I could be tripping right now. I thought the Mortal Kombat toys in the 90s had O-rings, but
those were G.I. Joe as well. Yep.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yep.
So
G.I. Joe line, Street Fighter 2, I guess. Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I was considering picking up some like a Sub-Zero or something from that line because I do remember having, I think, either Sub-Zero or like Scorpion, one of the ninja dudes.
Yeah, that was a great time for toys, I think.
Yeah, I love it. I love seeing the on card. But I'm kind of like tired of seeing so many retro stuff coming out from like toy companies too. Like I feel like I'm fatigued in some sense.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when I saw like the Jabba that they announced, the Black Series Jabba in the
the old school package, like the box.
Packaging. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh man, that looks cool." I kind of just want the box.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you my box, dude. Just buy it for like $40.
45.
Give me a discount on the actual figure.
Yeah. Well, I do want to get Salacious though. He looks cool. I'm sure they're going to do tons. I mean, now that they've got the buck for Salacious Crumb, they're going to do a bunch of other Kowakian monkey lizards that'll be pack in with Mando or like Reef Karga or Pirates or something like that. So we're going to start seeing a lot of that stuff reused too. But at least we're getting the new sculpts. So
what do you think of the new? Was it the Chrysanthemum? Is that how you say his name?
My brother, he actually pre-ordered that for me for my birthday. So
cool.
I'm excited about it, dude.
Yeah, I know how much hate that figure got when it first came out. Just like reuse. Really, but yeah, for them to come back out with it so soon, I was like, dang, it looks dope.
It does. It does. I'm excited about it.
This hulked out Wookiee.
You know, the other thing is, even with a lot of the characters that maybe showed up in Book of Boba Fett or even in Mando that were not necessarily my favorite, the figures like Cad Bane, I actually enjoyed seeing that character in live action. And I thought the design was cool and it looked different from, I was even kind of making a point of like, it would be cool to see it more elongated or more dramatic in terms of like how the facial structure looked.
But you kind
of like in the original trilogy. Do what?
You like the iteration that they did now? Or it's grown on you? Or
I do like it. It's grown on me. And so that's that. I'm looking forward to that figure. I wish. Yeah, they've got two. So they've got a pack in with Cobb Vanth, so a 2-pack. But then you can also get the single figure. But they have different expressions. So that's a cool thing.
I like how it has the concept art inside.
Oh, that's nice. It's hard to see, but yeah,
it is hard to see. Dang, this Vader looks more menacing to me. That's why I like it.
Very cool.
All right, let me go on mute.
Okay. We have other questions? So we got 10 people still watching. Are you guys opening up anything or etc.? I still do want to get that in-art Batman. I think that would be really fun to have. So I think the only thing is it's still on pre-order. Steve, you're hitting the hay. Good to talk to you. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for jumping in for our first inaugural YouTube live.
Yeah.
We always appreciate you. So let me know if you do that Batman and the.
He said he doesn't have the Batman. So
wait, is that okay? I like the idea though. So all right, good night, man. It's good to see you.
Way to think about accessories and how cool they could be with other figures.
That would actually be a fun challenge. Like an accessories challenge.
Okay, this is like terrible lighting for me to show off this figure.
It's hard to tell, yeah. But it does. Oh, that's cool. I like how it's got the blue tinge to it.
Yeah, it's actually more. It's lighter in hand because I know it's harder to see.
Yeah,
but God, please focus. But he just looks so cool, dude. I got this specifically because I was like, I want to put this guy in front of a camera because I love this head sculpt.
Yeah. Are you excited about? I know one of the other things they were announcing was the like the R2D2 that's scaled more appropriately.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that.
Okay, too. I think I'll probably do that too. But that's nice. I mean, since they're going to rescale that, then we'll probably get a rescaled R5 that will be part of the Mandalorian. And then that way they can continue to do repaints, and they'll probably do an Obi-Wan R2 droid. And that's the thing. It's like I'm fine with them reusing, but do it in a smart way. So
yeah, totally. I wasn't sure if that R2 was going to be scaled correctly at first. So
I think
then
I
I
had
was
heard. I think I'd heard rumors that was going to be the case before
Mhm.
they announced it,
Yeah.
but it's nice to actually see it. So it's way too long. It should have happened a long time ago. But
Smuggler's Den.
what's up?
Oh yeah, he was going to ask him about that.
R2 should come with the sail barge tray. That would be nice. That would be cool to see.
Yeah, that would have been appropriate for
It's.
the 40th.
I mean, here's the thing: it could still end up being some kind of exclusive, because it could have announced just the figure as a standalone, but then I could see that being a. They could maybe announce C3PO, and maybe they've changed. Well, they've already done that. They've just re-released that in the archive. But if they were able to figure out how to do like metal vac or something similar, or like a carbonized version of C3PO, and then did R2D2 or maybe a carbonized R2D2 as exclusives, and then give those little pack-ins, that could be pretty cool.
Yeah. I didn't realize this Vader had like Batman almost like cape
Interesting
stuff down here. That's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. Oh
yeah,
I don't know if I showed you this, but I got these recently. The Super 7.
Oh yeah, the Ultimates.
Yep.
Which wave is that, by the way?
This is wave 5, I think.
Is that the one with
Well, it's like 4 and 5. No, it's 5 and 6.
Is that the one with Samurai Leo or no?
Yes, and these were the last figures that shipped, and so finally was able to get those. Actually, my buddy Kyle helped me out because I lost, unfortunately, with my pre-order. I lost those figures.
RMD in the house.
RMD, yo, what's up? I love this Mikey.
Oh, dude, I got that just because I thought it was too cool not to get. Even though
this is one of my favorite figures.
Even though with Super 7, I have like a love-hate relationship based on the looseness of their joints, which I know they've changed their factory, I heard, and that they are trying to do better about it. But yeah, specifically that Samurai Leo. Did you open yours yet? Because mine is like such a loosey-goosey.
Yeah, we talked about that, I think, and yeah, mine's loose too. That was disappointing. But again, obviously we have several friends in the industry, and so I think they share the same frustrations.
Yeah,
and I think probably even more so.
They probably heard it a billion times by now.
Yeah, and even before they shipped, they probably knew. Well, that's
unfortunate. I'm sure they're bummed out. Like they know they can't kind of keep going back and forth and back and forth. They're just losing money basically at that point.
Yeah, so and then also, a lot of times, even when I was talking with Kyle, and I think he said this on different live streams as well. But when you're going back and forth, eventually, and this isn't just Super 7, but this is Hasbro, and I think it's just a culmination of people we've talked to in the industry, where they have something and it looks right and it's approved, but then eventually when they see it, it's actually wrong. And so what they approved didn't go to those revisions weren't made, or they changed it slightly, or something happened in between the actual approval. And so then you have the, the product that didn't end up like they actually wanted to go out. So, and that's got to be really frustrating.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's why, like, for me, I'm just so hesitant about getting Ultimates now.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of being more selective with them, but let's see.
Paul said he got the SpongeBob. Paul, how is that figure? Because like I was very tempted to get it, but every time I see like the Super 7, like what I expect and what I get is just, I always get a little disappointed based on like the paint apps and things. Ooh,
Andor.
He looks super glossy.
He is super glossy. He's sweaty.
Do you guys like this showdown right here?
Oh, nice. I'm excited to see that Indy. I hope that
it's cool, man.
I hope mine doesn't have any kind of print issues as well.
That's the struggle, dude. Yeah. Especially with that type of packaging. I could try to send mine back and see if they would send me a new one, but I don't know if they actually do that. Nice. Do you know if they do that?
I think they'll probably make accommodations and try to, but I think sometimes it's well, either send it back to us and then we'll send you one of equal or lesser value type thing, and not necessarily, oh, we'll send you a head sculpt that has been.
No, I don't think they would do that. Yeah, I think
So.
they're gonna send out a new figure or something like that.
Fall
Dang,
said,
it's been an hour and 30 minutes, huh?
oh wow. So the SpongeBob's larger than you thought, and Gary and face swap is cool. That's awesome.
Gary. Oh shoot, I forgot the noise he makes. Do you ever watch SpongeBob?
A little bit, not so much. I mean, at that point, I was I was a little older.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate looking back at it now, I can appreciate it and would probably enjoy watching it if I went a little bit further into it. But
RMD asked how I like the Macquarie Vader. I like it a lot. Looks really dope. Again, I think it's like that head sculpt, man. Like I picked up the 3 3/4 version of this figure.
Yeah.
And just because of like that was the only iteration I think at the time that I picked it up. But then when they finally released this, like I didn't jump on this right away because I didn't think it was gonna like sell out immediately. Then like by the time I got around to it and just remembered to pick it up, I was like, dang it, it sold out. So, of course that happens. But it looks cool, man. I think the blue is it's a cool, like, I think it'll help with photos maybe. Because it's not
kind of
like
reminds me.
black.
I mean, maybe the application's a little different, but like the comic versions of the Marvel Legends, or even like the Venom with the blue and the red. It's not that extreme, but I think that's interesting because it does accentuate like the silhouette, and especially with figures like that are all black or all dark, having some variation or tonal variation, I think will make for better photos. For those who've just jumped in, this was the first thing I opened, and I actually really, really like it.
Boom.
It looks good.
I love that I could just make you full screen, dude.
That's nice. Yeah. I want to be full screen the whole time.
Yeah, too bad.
Look at that expression. It looks great. So open that, and then also open this, talking about expressions. Ooh.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, I think the eyes do it for me, dude. Like it just brings that thing to life.
It really does. So that's the Mars toys, and then the alternate sculpts.
Yeah.
Here.
Man, those look so good.
Yeah. Those were both excellent purchases. I'm very happy with them. So it's good stuff. And then recently got the Super 7 stuff. So
yo, RMD, do you know anybody in who lives in San Diego?
Oh, so this.
I am wondering because I know for San Diego Comic-Con we were gonna play basketball, right? So do we already have a place where we're gonna play? Like, is there a park that we know of? Because we're trying to ball, dude.
That sounds fun.
Yo,
you and Mario got beef, right?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna destroy his ankles, dude. It's gonna need to have like a medic right there.
That would be pretty awesome if you did actually have somebody on standby just in case.
Yeah, no, actually, I have not played basketball in a very long time, and I'm actually afraid to play because I don't want to get injured, dude. I've heard so many horror stories where people like try to come back and they just think they can do the same thing that they did 10 years earlier.
I've
like,
had a few
mentally
who've gotten pretty bad injuries.
That's what I'm saying. Like pulling your Achilles or I don't know, some knee issues, you know what I'm saying?
I know, man.
I'm kind of afraid. So
be careful with that.
I think I just need to, like, I don't know if I want to get Zay to play, and he's like super tall. So like just getting to get all the rebounds while I just sit on the outside and just take shots.
Nice. Oh, the other thing I was
there's one on Coronado.
Okay.
Yeah, we went over there, dude. Like, yeah, Coronado was cool. Well, kind of. Like, we wanted to stay out in Gaslamp for longer, but we would have to go back on the ferry, so we had to leave early. But remember we went to that like pizza spot and we saw Chris Doe there?
Yeah. Well, we met him too.
Man. Yeah, we met him on the con floor, but we saw him again. He was probably like, these guys are like stalking me or something.
Right.
Oh yeah, look at that.
This is what I'm excited about. And Tom, he already shot them together, and
Yeah,
just to see
so I
them.
guess you can't do that anymore.
No, I can't do it. Can't put them together anymore. But these are great. I'm excited about having both of these as representations of some of the best Superman and Batman on-screen figures.
Later, Nestor. Thanks for tuning in, man.
It's good to see you. Yeah, I got the, which is crazy, the week that this movie dropped.
Did you watch it yet?
Not yet.
Oh, dude, I loved it. It was cool.
Got it for $10.
Oh, really? That's like half off.
Yeah.
Did you get the other ones?
It was the only one left.
Oh.
So better than nothing. But
yeah, they look cool, man. But the articulation obviously suffers just based on the design of the characters.
Like it.
Especially Toad. Like my Toad, his like articulation, like his joint was just broken basically when I just
really
this and it popped out. It's the
nice.
type of plastic that they use for those. Looks like Paul's heading out too.
Okay, good to see you, Paul.
Yeah, it's getting late.
It is. We can bounce here shortly.
Yeah, I think so. Good night, gentlemen. It's been a fantastic conversation. Very professional, seamless. This is the way forward. I agree, dude. YouTube so much more entertaining. Everybody's involved in the questions, more interactive than IG. Yeah, it's true because I think IG it's harder to kind of keep track of that as well.
It is.
Like the comments just kind of disappear almost.
I feel like also too if you're in the chat and you're watching and you can still have other conversations with other people that are outside of what's happening with the main conversation, and it's just that's more fun.
I agree.
Yep.
Good stuff. Right. Well, thank you, Paul. We appreciate you always supporting and joining and being part of the conversations.
Yeah.
You're an OG, man. Good to see you around.
For sure. All right.
Ooh, Smuggler's Den has some court insider information.
Excellent.
Seaport basketball court right behind the con center. All right, we'll keep that in mind. You know what we should do? We should actually do a live stream of the basketball game.
You better.
We'll see if we can make that happen. That'd be funny.
You totally
But hopefully nobody gets hurt because
you should do it where it's Figment 5 versus Toying Around or 796.
The enablers.
We have two teams, right?
I would hope so. I mean, I don't think we're gonna play 5-on-5. It'd probably be more like 3-on-3.
3-on-3, yeah.
Hopefully we have enough people, but
is it gonna be you and
I don't know. Initially it was like me and Jax. I don't know if Jax is seriously considering playing or not.
Yeah.
I know both of us have not played for quite some time. So I think I need to go to the gym and just like at least warm up.
You better.
And get in shape because like I'm totally like I would get so winded just trying to guard anybody.
You're gonna be representing me, so you better get into shape.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Who do you think I should guard? Based on RMD is going to be there. It's going to be Mario and it's going to be Kev. That's all I know as far as like on that side.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're already. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough competition. I love you, man. I'm rooting for you. But
I would team up with RMD. I can't be on Kev or Mario's team though. Like that's for sure.
No, they don't want you to be on your team.
Yeah, I don't want to be on their team either though. I have to compete against them. Like that's the only reason. You know what? That's the only reason I want to go to SECC to like play basketball.
That's the only reason anybody wants you to go at this point.
Yeah, they don't want to see me for other reasons. And
I mean, I'm not even going because I know you're going.
Well, I wanted you to go, but you can't. You got other obligations.
I know, but I think I'm still.
Did you get your tickets? Well, you still have a chance to get your tickets anyway.
Until May. I think I'll go ahead and just get them anyway. But
I think you should try to make it.
So, but maybe decon.
Yeah, I'd be down for decon. I really like decon.
Me too.
That was fun.
I'd love to go back. feel like we had a lot more time to just chill and hang out and be with friends and stuff. So got to meet
we also went to
friends in the
Disneyland.
neighborhood
So
crew. Yeah, exactly. That was a nice
cool.
bonus.
Do you have any desire to check out Super Nintendo World?
I would love to. It looks fun.
Yeah. I'm not like super big on like Mario, to be honest. Like I did play the games, but I wasn't like obsessed with the games or anything. But I know he's super iconic and those characters are super iconic. Plus, it's a cool like park, I bet, to like check out.
I'm kind of the same way. Like I love Mario. I played it growing up and all that stuff. But I do want to see. I just want to see I mean, I haven't been to Harry Potter World either, and so it'd be fun to just check out some of those, or Jurassic World, or
whatever. Were
whatever.
you ever into the movies, or did you read the books at all, or anything?
Yeah,
Harry Potter. Really?
Yeah.
Dang, and you haven't gone to Harry Potter World?
Not yet. Yeah,
Man.
My fam's not like huge on
like parks and whatnot.
Not necessarily like the theme park experience. It's more like the experience of like waiting in line and paying a lot of money to get there. And like I get it, but also I feel like there's just a lot of fun.
You know what? Maybe we should go to Universal Studios instead of Disney this time.
It'd be a lot easier
if we go to DCon.
That sounds good to me.
Because I mean, we can check out Harry Potter World. Man, it's so cool.
Yeah,
it's like Galaxy's Edge, but Harry Potter.
Nice. I'm excited.
Like you feel like you're kind of there, you know?
Yeah. Let's do it, man.
Yeah, I'm down.
I would say real quick with the cape, the wired cape, they've kind of alternated with the wiring here, but not in this one.
Yep.
And then the next one is. So this one needs another wire.
The copper wire thing that people
so I'd probably
slip
them there.
So you're saying that it comes with there's like a hole there for you to do that?
There's basically between the stitching, you could carefully put that in there where the fabric overlaps and the stitch is. There's like a little bit of a gap. I think you'd have to like be very careful with it, but I think you could put that in there, and that would definitely make this better. But yeah, I don't see why you would even want a cape that wasn't wired, to be honest. It seems it's kind of pointless.
I think it's at that scale, it just doesn't fall. Like if it didn't have a wire in it, it doesn't fall naturally. It always sticks out.
Mm-hmm. And even this, like if you want the cape to fall in front of him, this wants to come outward, and I want to like be able to push this or fold it back behind, but it just doesn't want to do that. So you definitely need to kind of finagle with it some to make it work. So, but other than that, it's pretty awesome. I think you'd want it more like dynamic poses anyway to make it
100%.
So
100%.
Great figure. I'm excited about it.
RMG is going to decon.
Nice. Be good to see you there. I'm trying to make it too. Well, cool. I opened my stuff. You opened your stuff. So we want to call it good for now.
Yeah, I think so. It's getting late.
It is. But yeah, this is fun. I'm glad we had some people to jump in and have conversation, and this is great. I mean, obviously we're not trying to like build this up to be a huge, I mean, it'd be great if it did, but for now it's just like, it's giving us an opportunity to do what we want to do and just have conversations we want, and people who want to join in are more than welcome. And so that's really the purpose of this. So, but either way, we started off today with 0 subscribers, and then it was 1 and 2, which is you and me. And now we have 22. So I think we're on.
Oh, word.
Yeah. You
That's
guys are
awesome.
awesome. Yeah. All right. We'll see you all later. And then, everybody's got them until next Thursday. We'll do another stream.
Yeah.
And that's when we will go over the photo challenge. We need to post again just to remind everybody about it. And maybe we can highlight some people who've already submitted their photos. And then that way it'll like just remind people to do it. So
hopefully we can test it out with having the other guys on as well next Thursday.
That's going to be fun.
Have a full house.
Yes.
Finally.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. And then we can also share the screen. Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect format. So
cool. All right. Thank you guys. Hope everybody
in,
has a good night. Thank you again for jumping in.
Yeah.
Love the YouTube live stream over IG. Awesome.
Agreed.
I like hearing that. Yeah, I agree as well.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. We'll see you next
also,
Tuesday.
Thanks for this. Thanks for the light you sent me
Oh yeah, dude.
for my birthday.
Happy birthday.
You and the boys.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Yep. Make sure to give us a shout out on your story, dude.
I will.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. You guys have a good night. Thanks for jumping in.
All right. See you, everyone.
See you, Rich.
See you.